black man. I hate that term. I even hate the term African American man. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get to what your real name is and who your real identity is in a minute. But for now, African American man, where's your pride? Where's your pride? Where's your, as the Asians say, where's your gun ho? You know? So anyway, I'm gonna make this video real quick because I've been trying to do it for a while, but I didn't get a chance to now. A little while ago, you guys probably saw something going viral. Another brother, they attempted murder attempt on his life while he was at work. And this is how I feel. What happened to him, you know, I'm not surprised by that. That was to be expected because that's how they feel about you. You could be walking, Trayvon Martin, rest in power. You could be jogging, exercising, Ahmaud Arbery, rest in power. And you can be working at the dock. I can't remember the brother's name. I haven't even saw that part yet. But I do know that he got attacked and they attempted to murder him for doing his job. And you're like, it wasn't attempted murder. He's still alive. Listen here, man. 8-1. I don't know what you call that, but 8-1 is attempted murder. I don't know anybody who fights like that. That's even beneath these scoundrels. Fighting like that's even beneath these racists. You know what I'm saying? They have no honor. But that's very below being dishonorable. You know? I mean, shit, 2-1 is one thing, but 8-1, I guess they fear you that much. They fear the African American man. I mean, no, not fear in that way, but I mean, like, they know that they're powerless against us. One of us. They know they're powerless against one African American man. They're not afraid of you. They're not threatened by you. They just want to destroy you. You know, they want to rub you out. There's no space made, allowed, tolerated. You don't belong anywhere. And why do I say all this? Because a lot of times when I travel to other countries, especially in Europe, a lot of times when I travel to other countries, I feel like that, you know. I get that reception. I get that vibe. I get that feeling. And sometimes Latin American countries too. And I say to myself, you know why they act like that? It's because they act like that because they know that, first off, in your country, people are doing whatever they want to you, and they don't care about the reprisals. They don't care about justice. They know you're not going to get no justice. You think those 8 guys thought about going to jail or getting arrested? I mean, they probably not even worrying about it right now, but they didn't think about it. They didn't hold themselves back from trying to attempting to murder someone in broad daylight with cameras on, with lights on. And so I got this philosophy about people. But these aren't really people. These aren't really even human beings. But I got this philosophy about individuals who mimic these traits of human beings. If someone taught you it, then that's a form of neurosis. If someone taught you to hate a person who's done nothing to you because of the way they look, that's neurosis. But if no one taught you that, then you're just evil. So here we go, right? If racism is dead and gone, which one is it? Were they taught that, or are they just evil? Because the evil people want to be looked at as the good guys, right? That's how it works. That's the game. So what I'm saying is that they know in other countries, this goes on here every day, people can do whatever they want to us. So you go to their country, they got the same attitude, right? Nobody cares. You don't matter. You're not important. You're a nobody. You know what I'm saying? And I've even had someone in Brazil, I even had a female in the lifestyles in Brazil tell me that. So you got to watch it. The prejudiceness, the racism, it's global. It's all around the globe. We can't escape it. People talk about leaving the matrix. All you're doing is just jumping one mainframe to another. And then you're coming right back to this one. But the point is, there's no escaping global white supremacy. Or GWS, you know? And people take away a lot of things from the video. But here goes what I took away from the video. He gets drilled in the mouth. And he kind of pauses and thinks to himself, if I defend myself, I'm going to lose my livelihood. And I got so many responsibilities. But on the other hand, I can't let them kill me. Like he really thought about that. How do you know? Because he takes his hat and he throws it in the air. And in doing that, that's his salute to, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fight back. But it shouldn't have had to come to that. The thought of him fighting back should have never been a decision. It should have been a reaction. You know what I'm saying? It should have been a reaction. He should have never had to think about fighting back. And that's what I'm saying. That's how they got us delusional. African-American men, they got you delusional. And the sooner you wake up, the better. Now, he could have got beat up and still got fired. He could have got murdered and still got fired. The point is, there's no right or wrong. And I live my life by this motto. It goes, in any given situation, the best thing you can do is the wrong thing. The next best thing you can do is the right thing. But the worst thing you can do is nothing at all. And that's how I live my life. That's my motto for everything, you know. So I want you guys to understand that this is how we're being shown to the world. Now, what does that mean? Our reputation. Okay, people think, what is with these people? Why are they being treated like this? Why are African American men always being murdered, beaten up, incarcerated? Why are they being treated like this? It must be something wrong with these people. And they've been seeing this for well over 100 years, at least, right? But let's just say right now, in the media, intensely for the last 25 years. Shot down by police, no weapon. Arrested. No understanding of the charges. Beaten up by white vigilantes. Killed, beaten by police, right? People see one group constantly debased and dejected and pummeled and murdered, and they think to themselves, there's something wrong with this group. Even though there's nothing wrong with this group, there's got to be something innately wrong with this group because it's not happening to anybody else. And so when African Americans think, oh, we're going to go abroad, and by the way, the numbers are really small. It's not even more than 3%, 2%, maybe less than that. Definitely not more than 3%, just off the dome, if I remember looking at it correctly. But I'm going to get you those numbers. How many of us have passports? How many of us live abroad? How many of us travel abroad and stay longer than a month? Because I'm going to do a video about that too. If you travel for less than a month, you're not a traveler, you're a tourist. And really, if you travel for less than a month, that was a waste of a trip. And if you can't stay longer than a month, that's an economic problem that we need to address. Because I go and I travel, I stay for at least 2 or 3 months everywhere I go, you know. So anyway, but this is our reputation. This is our reputation, and it doesn't get any better. Now, when I go to another country, I gotta have this over my head about this black man at work getting attacked, and people ain't gonna listen to the part about it was a boat in the way, or it don't make it that far. They're just gonna see that a black man at work got attacked by 8 white men. An African-American man at work got attacked by 8 white men, and that's it. So they're going to see. So they're going to know. And they're going to say, wait a minute, they getting attacked at work now. Wow, what's really wrong with them? This reputation creates a permeance that you are difficult, that you are undesirable, that you're a troublemaker, that you're a danger to be around. And I honestly believe that this also caused a lot of strife in one of my serious relationships, in all places, Brazil, you know. And I know this because the person acted just like that. They could do whatever they want to me. Nobody cares about me. I don't matter. I'm nothing, right? That's what that person said. So I say this to mean that they and they're influenced by this. They're influenced by what happened. But they're influenced by all the things that they see happening to African-American men. Why would they think that? Why wouldn't they be afraid to make me feel aggrieved, angered, or harmed, or pissed off at them? Why wouldn't they be afraid of that? You know what I'm saying? And think to themselves, I shouldn't act like that. I shouldn't behave like that. Because they know that this is a circumstance for us. And we have to come to their country to rectify it. We're not even trying to solve the problem. We're just running to the other countries. myself included, right? Because this is what the black YouTube dudes say. Don't do anything here, run to another country. Smells like agency, agentry, right? These black YouTubers don't say anything to organize us here. They want you to run and go somewhere else and do nothing. Because that's pretty much what you do when you get there. You do nothing. And you get the same treatment most of the times. I remember in Brazil, there was a video where a black man got attacked in his hotel. So I'm saying, and I could go on and we talk about Colombia all day, So I don't think all of those are about money. Some of those are race motivated. And, just those two countries. And Europe, forget about it, Europe all day. There's a black YouTuber I started watching. He's deep in Eastern Europe where there's nothing. He's an African. Well, he's not African. I don't know what country he's from in Africa, but he's from a country in Africa, and he is deep in Eastern Europe, and he's out there where there's nobody but the Africans from other countries like him, people from other countries in Africa like him, and we got to start changing the game. And we talk about people in the countries in Africa, we got to identify that country. We got to start getting specific with this shit. No more vagueness. No more of this black, too vague, African American for now, and I'll talk about the details later. No more of this people from Africa, it's Nigerians, it's Kenyans, it's Ghanese, it's people. We got to start naming the countries, okay? Because that's a level of intelligence that we have to start showing this. I'm just fed up. When I saw that, I thought to myself, how, and he's probably close to my age, so he's like 40-ish. So I thought to myself, I felt so bad for this guy. He's doing his job. He could be anything in the world. He could be anything. He could have been anything in the world. He could have been a CEO. He could have owned the boat dock. He could have owned the boat. He could have been anything. He could have achieved anything in the world. The world fucked him up, beat him up already. He managed to scrape something out of his life and become a co-captain working on the docks, making good money, I would presume, because usually those jobs are union and they're good money. He's probably got a lot of years in, almost close to 20, stayed out of trouble, kept his nose clean, bit his tongue a lot, swallowed a lot of his pride, and then for that shit to happen to him, you know what I'm saying? He settled, he accepted all the faggotry, and then that shit happens to him. And I'm just like, man, that shit got me so just irate right now, because I'm like, enough, it's enough. And I know that it's over my head in my business dealings and my social dealings. Look, man, it don't matter what country you go to. When shit like that starts happening, these people in other countries look up and they're paying attention to it, and then they see you in their country and they think, what's holding me back? You know what I mean? What's holding me back? No reprisals, no repercussions, nothing, not anything. And this is reinforced by the fact that all those people who rioted and destroyed the Capitol building on January 6th, right? Nothing really happened to all of them. They got a couple of hundred of them, maybe 1,000, 15,000, 1,500. I'm sorry, 1,500. Not even a lot, right? It was like 300 something people out there. They only got not even a significant quota of them. They just gave up. Because why? And we know if it was black people doing that, we can prove it. We can go out there and do the same thing any day of the week with all the social media we got. People who got 500,000 followers on their YouTube channel. There was a guy on Twitch, a guy on Twitter or Twitch, whatever it's called. He was just giving out some game consoles and caused a riot in Manhattan. So he can get that many people out just playing video games. Imagine if he went to DC and had some real shit to say about minimum wage or housing or changing the voting age, making it lower so that 16-year-olds can vote. Imagine if he, and check out why 16-year-olds should vote, right? But imagine if he did that. You see what I'm saying? Man, people have so much power and they don't know it. And so when I don't see them acting constructively on the purpose, I say to them, they're agencies. They're agents. in the matrix, you know what I'm saying? So, okay, that's all I gotta say. I just had to vent. This is just a venting video, you know, because like I said, I mean, we're talking about this in my household, and I just wanted to vent and tell you guys that this is why we say, objectively, traveling is cool, it's fun, but it's not a euphoric thing. It's not all it's cracked up to be. And I've had some really, really asinine experiences in countries that don't really always outweigh the great experiences, but I do enjoy traveling. I am grateful for that part, but it does not outweigh when you are somewhere and that snake of racism or prejudice bites you in the fucking leg, you know? And I've seen it a lot of times, and I'll talk more about how I can prove it. I can prove it, you know, from my own personal experiences. I've been observing and documenting, you know, and it doesn't matter. Money doesn't matter. How you look doesn't matter. We're talking physical aesthetics, right? Muscles and shit, that don't matter. How much money you have don't matter. Or how generous you are with your money, I should say. That doesn't matter. None of that matters. Because they're influenced in other countries. They're influenced by what they see in America. America is that torch. Way over there, you see way over there, there's a torch. And it's dark. Everything around is dark, but there's a torch. Imagine there's a torch there. That's America for everybody else. Everybody else in the world looks at that torch. That torch gets brighter, it gets dimmer. That's what they look up to. So when they see us being, this is a grown-ass man, when they see us as grown-ass men being debased, being punched in the fucking face, you can't tell me that doesn't fuck with our reputation. Now, you got some individual coons who say, oh, that has something to do with me. I know how to carry myself in other places. No, it does have a lot to do with you. And trust me, you will get your ninja wake-up call. You will get your ninja wake-up call. Don't worry, it's coming. They always on time with that. So, all right. I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. Peace.